All right, folks. Welcome to Two Lonely Boys in a Canoe. It's Chris Evans over here. That's my homie Trevor Alstrom. Trevor, how do you think you did?
Yeah. I wish I had more time to practice, but I've made progress. So.
Hey, isn't that what life's about, man?
Yeah.
Progress, not perfection.
Yeah.
You hear that, people? Try to get better. Don't try to be perfect.
Trickier intro than I thought.
Yeah. So how's your day?
Yeah. Long. Like you, just lots of sweating and...
Long dick dong?
Yeah. Long, sweaty dick dong and... just wishing the day would end and... Yeah. I didn't get a lot of sleep in the fireworks last night we had from 1 to 3. Thanks, guys. It was awesome. I'm kidding.
Oh.
Please don't fucking do that again.
Yeah,
it's from 1 to 3. They were just setting them off.
Well, it's a problem when you live in the downtown area by the university.
Yeah.
Is that there's a lot of kids, and sometimes kids have fireworks. 4th of July just went by. I bet people are still holding on to fireworks. So it's not crazy, you know? And you're going to act like you ain't never been a stupid kid and fucking lit off an M80?
Oh, I've done all those things.
All right, come on.
Yeah.
Trevor's just like, I'm an old man now.
I used to do a lot of dumb shit. So.
We used to throw fucking those little, like, poppers. You remember the little, like, poppers you'd buy for, like, 50 cents or whatever?
Yeah.
We'd throw those at the fucking people that were driving by. Like, when they'd have their windows open. We'd all just, like, pop up and have a ton of them and just start throwing them into the car. This is so bad. So what's up, man? You're not talking here.
Alright, so we got some stuff here.
Well, what you got over here, stuff wise?
So we had a whole thing about high temperatures, and they've caused a whole thing about cooling centers that they don't want to reopen because it costs money. But we have a lot of people that have issues with it.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, Trevor, we're overpopulated as it is. Maybe a few people should burn to death. Just see some dude running down the street on fire. Ah!
No, we had quite a few people that in Oregon last year that died from heat strokes, and it was like over 100 people. So
it's easy to die from heat, man.
It is. Like that's an issue we're all dealing with.
Couple of drinks away from death, you know.
Yeah. So now they're arguing if we should have cooling centers, and they just got the sleep safe sites extended.
If we have the fucking ability to have light outside, how the fuck don't we have fans on every fucking telephone pole or some shit, some giant industrial fan or something? Because people would just rip them off.
Well, that too. Because it costs money, and there's enough shitheads out there that will ruin it. So.
Well, it's weird in Oregon, especially because we get. Especially with global warming, I guess, is a thing, or just environmental circumstances. We get hot for 3 months out of the year. The rest of the year, we're fucking cold. You know, it never gets above 50, really.
Oregon is known for its rain, especially here in Western Oregon. Like, we're only an hour east of the coast, so we get a lot of rain a lot of the year.
But what I'm trying to say is that, like, I think it happens a lot, man, that, you know, I guess there's a point to what I was saying, but I'm stoned now. Just forgot it.
Oh, you're good.
What was I talking about?
You were talking about... We were just talking about the heat.
The heat is on.
Sorry, folks. We're both tired. We both had a long day.
We are exhausted.
We're both tired from work. Even my guitar playing was like, don't fall asleep. We both had a long, hot day of work, so we're not
going to blame it on that, but just bear with us. Bear with us for a little while. We'll catch a groove. We'll get groovy. We'll get all grooved up in your mom.
Oh, yeah. Dolomite! Don't drop that shit! See, I'm starting to get it back. Actually, I'm starting to get my funk back. This morning, some funny shit happened where I was...
He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I'm only talking about Fauci.
Put on a mask. But this morning when I was...
You know what's so funny about that dude, though? He was just trying to look out for people, and everybody just started to hate him for no reason. It was just like, you're the guy telling us what to do? Fuck you.
Well, Yeah, and I mean, there were some shady things that did go on, obviously.
And I love that he was like battling the president because the president was like, yo, tell these motherfuckers that it's not as bad as they think it is. And people aren't dying left and right. And then he's like, I can't tell them that.
I mean,
he's like, come on, man.
Definitely people died. I do think they definitely tried to instill people to
We
be
got up
afraid.
to 500,000 people. 500,000 people died. That's pretty nuts in like a year.
Well, we got a little more space now, so that's good.
Oh, Trevor's trying to make space in the public school systems. Why don't you go shoot up a school, you crazy son of a bitch?
I just have a.
Can I
just
let
have
you-
a rifle. I just have a rifle. That's
Can I let the listeners
that's
know out here?
action.
Can I let the listeners know out
Yeah.
here? Trevor,
I just have a lever action 30-30 rifle. I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot of harm with it. It's not an automatic.
you're going in a whole other direction. I just have to say this. Trevor bears a striking resemblance to Nicholas Cruz, the dude that shot up the fucking Lakeland school.
No, I don't. I've seen a picture of him.
Oh,
I've
dude,
seen a picture of him.
you look almost like I've seen pictures of you younger. You look like him. It's
You
crazy.
haven't seen pictures of me when I was that young. Like, he was, what, 18?
He was like 17.
Yeah, you haven't seen a picture of me 17.
No, but I have seen you a picture when you were like 20-ish. So,
Maybe like 27.
no, like 20-something.
How?
Yeah.
I don't have any pictures that
You
old.
showed me pictures.
Oh, that's right. Damn it.
Yeah, but dude, you look like a school shooter.
Thanks, folks. And Chris looks like...
I know he would never do it, but damn it, man. Trevor, don't make me look bad.
It's all right. Chris looks like the guy that whenever we have an emergency, he's eating mashed potatoes and cake at all times. It's all right, bud. Like Mikey from
Who doesn't
Recess.
love cake? Everybody loves cake.
I'm also
If
trying-
you were in a crisis situation and somebody had cake, you would probably be a
Yes,
little
I
happier.
would eat cake. I
Okay.
don't even like cake,
Eat
but if I was
cake.
stressed,
You gotta eat that
like,
cake.
Trevor, have some devil food. I'm like, all right.
If
that's
you were
the
really
shit.
having a rough time,
Like, if we were in war,
Yeah,
someone was like,
yeah,
you want
someone-
some devil's food?
someone's like,
Right.
I've made this delicious cake.
Hey, you might die in the next 10 minutes. Have some cake. You're like, all right.
Why not?
Why not? I'm about to get blown up anyway. So
And mashed potatoes are delicious.
They are. I
so
love
your
mashed potatoes.
argument has nothing.
However,
So
though,
I'd be the dude conducting like high experiments and getting shit done while eating cake and mashed potatoes. I'd be like rallying the troops while I eat potatoes.
Hell yeah.
I need fuel. I need fuel for the ideas.
give me fuel, give me fire, give me all the mashed potatoes I desire. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shout out Metallica. You were great once, but now you have fallen.
Also, Lars
Same
Ulrich,
thing
please
with
don't make it
Slipknot,
up.
man.
Yeah.
Same
no,
thing
yeah.
with Slipknot, man. They were so great when they first came out because they were so new, and yeah, it happens, man.
Real quick, since we last talked to you guys.
Oh yeah,
now we're
Trevor.
kidding.
Trevor wants to introduce our new roommate.
Yeah. So last Monday was my birthday. I turned 32.
Whoop whoop.
And and on that day, Chris brought home a little kitty cat.
Yeah, I brought home a cat for Trevor because he's lonely as fuck.
It was Chris.
Yeah, no, her name is Ferrari.
Like the car, obviously.
And yeah, no, she's a cool little kitten. She's 7 weeks old. She has fleas and worms, so I need to fucking get her on some medication here soon. I have the flea medication, but I'm trying to get her up in weight. Problem with like kittens is sometimes that medication can really fuck them up if they're small. The problem with worms is that, you know, they're eating the food while she's fucking eating, so I need her to grow up a little bit. But she's eating great. That's the good news. So, you know, we'll put some pounds on her and get her all medicated up. The heartworm medication, actually, I just need to put in some food. So, that stuff I'm going to go get tomorrow. So, we're good parents, folks. We're good cat parents.
We're trying. We're trying to catch your groove, just like with the podcast and me with the Rush song. It's trying to catch your groove.
Progress, not perfection, man.
So I guess I'll do my album review and then I'll call.
Oh,
it a show.
and I love that we are fully caught up, folks, on all of our episodes. We are not
So you got-
backlogged
you got
anymore.
26 up there.
Yep. Yeah, we have all of our episodes up on YouTube right now.
Hell
You
yeah.
can also find it on Soundtrap. You can come look us up. We need to start getting more social media presence and finding other platforms to get on. So we're going to have our friend Angelo hopefully help us out with that. He's a little bit more tech savvy than me and Trevor are. But yeah, having good friends, man, it pays off in dividends.
Yeah. He's been on the show before and he will be again, that's for sure. So anyways.
Sorry, folks. Kittens create mischief.
That's what they do, I guess. So I've been told.
We're training her now not to bite wires, which is kind of hard because we're doing a podcast and I have wires. Everybody's got a wire.
Yeah.
Not everybody's seen the show The Wire.
No, and
but
I definitely haven't seen it, so.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's got Omar Epps in it, I think, the dude who overdosed on heroin here recently.
Oh, that's a bummer.
But he's a crazy good actor, man. He's been in a lot of Law and Orders and all sorts of stuff.
Okay. Well, I think I'll do the album review here and then we'll call up Angelo. Because
we're going to have Angelo call in and join the podcast and keep us awake.
Yeah, because we're both tired boys.
We're both fading fast, man. I made some tea. Tea's almost gone.
I got a twisted tea to just fucking give me a little...
Trevor's
caffeine.
always twisting his teas strangely.
Oh, yeah, that's how I roll.
What the hell is going on right now?
Alright, just getting up to the right point.
I'm sorry, folks. Trevor has no control over his life. He barely has control over the bus schedule.
Get your fucking shine box. You motherfucker! I feel like Joe Pesci and you're the guy, get your shine box.
I feel like Trevor just yells sometimes when he doesn't need to yell.
So does Chris.
We're all right here.
So does Chris. It's okay.
He always says this, and then he never catches me screaming.
I've caught you. I have. It's been a thing.
Whatever.
You know what, Chris? I'm invisible now. Just can't see me.
Let's just say, since I quit drinking, my volume has toned down a lot. Trevor is like, give me another one.
So the album is by this Australian punk rock band with a female singer.
Wait, let me guess. It's going to be punk rock.
I just said that, bro. Good job. Detective Chris Evans over here.
Captain Obvious in the house.
Hey, no wonder Chris Evans is pretty tired after his fight with Iron Man, if you know what I mean.
He's reusing that joke from when I went to the ER from mushrooms, and he was talking to the security guard. Because we walked in that emergency room and we got looked at weird as fuck.
The second we walked in.
Because the security guards knew if we went wild, they were going to have a time.
Because there was a bunch of old ladies and then it was two guys.
Two giant dudes just strolling in.
Yeah.
One dude holding his pants in his fucking hands and just tripping on mushrooms and passing out.
Yeah, and I was just walking around in just regular clothes.
So keep in mind, folks, if you ever do mushrooms, be careful how much weed you ingest.
Yes.
Because they counteract each other a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to do it at the right time. I think it's later in the trip, definitely. You have to get through most of the trip, and then weed's a great way to start coming back.
Yeah.
Anywho.
No. So this band is called Amo and the Sniffers. Amo is spelled A-M-Y-L and the Sniffers. And the album is Big Attraction Giddy Up. And they're Australian. And I'm going to play a song here from the Giddy Up album called 70s Street Munchies.
What was the name of that?
The song was 70s Street Munchies by the band Amel and the Sniffers, and the album is called Big Attraction Giddy Up from their 2017. I think it was the first album. So they're a fairly new band, and Australia has a big metal and punk scene that's emerging right now. So
wow.
they're one of those bands that's one of the headliners right now.
All
They're
right.
doing the first wave, like Ramones, sort of early first wave Clash sort of style of punk. Which is interesting. And female lead singer. I haven't done an artist yet with a female vocalist, so I figured it'd be time.
Sure, there's a lot of good female singers.
And I realized I hadn't done any of those. It's like, all right.
Okay. Is she hot?
She is.
How hot is she?
She's like, since we're doing Australians, I would say if we're doing like, I'd say like 6 or 7 shrimps on the Barbies. She's like the hot, crazy chick you meet on the bus who you know you're going to have a wild-ass time under a bridge with.
Why are you always meeting chicks on the bus? What do you think this is? Some sort of crazy romantic comedy from the 90s?
Why not?
It's like I was riding the bus, and all of a sudden...
She grabbed my penis.
This girl rolls up on the bus, and she looks at me, and I look at her, and she falls down, and I help her up.
And then she grabs
and
my
then.
Show
And then
me your genitals.
My name's George McFly. I'm your density.
No, none of that bullshit happens.
Yeah, whatever.
Did you like the song though?
Not really. That's why I wondered if she was hot. I like the guitar.
Well, you're not a big fan of punk, so that's fine.
Punk's okay, man. It's just like it all sounds the same at a point.
Yeah.
Because they're all in the style of, which I'm cool with, but I
That's
want
how I
want a
feel
punk group that stands out. You know?
Yeah.
I want somebody that doesn't sound like every other punk band. Yeah.
Which is out there. That's how I feel about a lot of genres.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think in a mix of most music, there's a lot of blandness to some of the music, but there's people and there's individual artists that stand out individually.
To me, this stands out because I've heard quite a few of their songs, and it's definitely, I guess, at least for me, a nostalgic.
And maybe you have a better ear for punk than I do, definitely.
Well, I've been listening for a long time.
You know, punk, take it or leave it. I could leave it. You know, I'm more into harder rock.
I mean, I'm into extremely hard rock.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, if I had the choice between going to a punk show or a metal show, I'd go to a metal show.
I'd go to both if I could.
Well, if you couldn't.
And I'd probably, at this point, go to the metal show, but...
Because, I mean, what are you going to a punk show for? You gotta go meet a bunch of fucking 45-year-old, men and trying to relive the days, and then a bunch of kids. And then if you go to the metal show, you're gonna get a bunch of fucking bikers and, middle-aged alcoholics.
This town it's a pretty interesting mix here.
Well, this town in particular, like, they're not really into hard metal.
They are to a degree, but not like Sacramento or other places.
No.
Like Sacramento was into it.
Yeah, Florida too.
Yeah.
But like out here, it's more like pop, punk,
reggae,
country, hip hop influence. Yeah, there's a lot of country.
Like they're probably the biggest metal band around. Metal/hardcore/punk band is a band called Athearchist, who I've seen live, and they're really good. But
cool.
Here, you're right. Even when I lived in Eureka, which is a smaller town, they had a much more vibrant scene.
And that's kind of one of those things that, like, we do have large venues and we have small venues in this small town, but it's like they choose to book weird shows. Like, they book stand-up comedy, but they always book weird stand-up comedians. Yeah. And I don't know. There's been a couple cool shows. They had, like, Elton John come not too long ago. They had fucking... Tool, you went and saw Tool and shit.
Tool, I've seen Buckethead, which was
so that's what I mean.
Really
like,
good.
There are some big names that come out here, but just heavy metal isn't the scene out here at all.
It's definitely more of an alternative out here.
Yeah.
But when Garth Brooks came out here, it was a huge fucking deal. I remember I worked at a mill at the time.
Sure.
It was a huge deal.
Garth Brooks pulls a crowd, bro.
Yeah, you have every redneck from outside
Honky
the town
tonk,
shows up.
but donka donk. No, that's Trace Adkins, but yeah.
Do you think the tractor song? He did the tractor song, Garth Brooks. Do you think my tractor's sexy?
I don't fucking know.
I'm excited to hear it too much.
I think my tractor's sexy.
Actually, there is something cool that is going on this weekend. I actually might want to go to, and it's free, since it's according to the Chinese calendar.
That Scandinavian festival, bro. Did you hear about that?
No, but let me finish this.
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
All right, let me finish this first. So it's the Year of the Tiger, Chinese zodiac, and there's a Oregon Asian celebration going on here in town at Alton Baker Park. It's free. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 9 a.m. and they're going to have a lot of performers like the taiko drummers, which are the traditional Japanese style of hitting the giant drums.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty badass.
People love drums.
Yeah, so there's going to be a bunch of badass free drumming and music that I might want to go see.
Hell yeah. And where's this happening? Alton Baker?
Right over here.
Yeah,
So,
right over the way.
Yeah, so like a little over a mile from where we're at. So I might go check that out.
That's not too far of a nice walk.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not too crazy hot.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm going to go in the morning. I'm not
You could wear one of those weird fucking umbrella hats. You remember those? Like people like have a strap and then there's an umbrella over their head.
Yeah.
That was
that's
always a
definitely
weird
more of like
90s fucking attire.
That's-
You get a fanny pack and an umbrella hat.
yeah.
You got the big glasses on.
Like nowadays, when I see people wearing an umbrella hat, you're either old, on hard drugs, or you're mentally
You're a hipster.
or you're mentally
You're
handicapped.
a hipster.
I've seen it. I one time saw a group of kids that were special needs. They all had the umbrella hats on, and it was
You got that little pick?
what?
That pick.
Oh yeah, it's right here.
Trevor's got a clip. He's got a clip
Paper
to
clip.
pick.
So
Need to
Yeah.
clear this bowl.
So that's the big thing going on. There's some comedy going on. There's a drag show. There's a farmer's market Saturday going on.
How crazy is it that drag shows have just become as normalized as they are?
Oh yeah, it's over in the Whitaker district, which is the definitely the extremely hippie hipster part of town.
Which is all well and good, yo.
Which is
But
fine.
like,
Like,
you ain't
drag
gonna just have.
takeover.
Well, it's like you ain't just gonna have a drag show just anywhere in the country. Like you ain't gonna go to fucking Dallas, Texas. Well, maybe Dallas,
no, there's
Texas.
parts.
Hell, yeah, El Paso. Go to El Paso and shit. I don't know, man. It's a part of everybody's culture. There's dudes that dress up like chicks in everybody's culture.
And Eugene, Oregon has a lot of dudes that dress like chicks. And I saw that actually yesterday on the bus. There was, at first I thought a chick, and then when I saw how hairy the arms are, it was a dude, and then there was a guy, a homeless dude with his friend, who across the bus was catcalling, like, "Hey, what are you doing later? What's up?
How you doing, baby?
Hey, can I come to your place and we'll have a good time?" And he's,
Oh, no.
And he's literally
Just having a good time,
and he's
man.
yelling it. And mind you, it's 7:15 in the morning. 7:15 in the morning, folks. I might be, I'm not quite awake, a little hungover, and so is everyone else. And this guy is
So is everybody else. The bus driver's hungover.
Oh, I see what they go through.
Bus driver's drunk.
I see what they go through in a day. I don't blame them at all. But yeah, this guy's just catcalling, and I was like, do you not realize
You
this
could
is just a
never
hairy
pay me.
dude?
You could never pay me to be a bus driver.
neither. They do
I would
so
get
much
fired.
bullshit.
I would get fired on the
Me
second
too.
day, maybe the first day.
Some guy just swings at you or does some crazy
Well, no,
bullshit.
it's just like somebody starts giving me attitude. I'd stop the bus. I'd be like, I'm not going anywhere until we resolve this.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a conversation, sir. And then everyone's like, come on, get on the bus. I'm like, shut up, everybody. I just stop the whole bus. I am the bus driver. You can't get nowhere without me.
I am the law. Just go Judge Dredd on everyone, but as the bus driver.
Like, how the fuck do you get on a bus and start some shit with the bus driver?
I've seen it, bro. It's
Like,
crazy.
I get it if you're a kid and it's a school bus, that happens.
I see people
Somebody fucks
old
with the
enough
school
to be
bus
our
driver.
parents that do it, and that's crazy. Like, I see people in their 60s that should
This
be...
is some old drunk dude hopping on the bus and he's
Bro.
like, I gotta get across town.
Bro,
And then he's like, I got no money. He's like, you can't ride the bus. And he goes, fuck you.
Also, I remember one guy who got kicked off because it's officially, you're supposed to pay, but they don't check there often. This one old guy got kicked off, and as he's getting hauled off by the bus
cops.
the transit
Bus
officers.
Bus cops.
Bus
Bus cops.
transit
Bus
officers,
cops.
what they're called. As he's getting hauled off, he's just screaming, "Fuck you in the land of the red, white, and blue."
Name of the episode.
What?
Bus cops.
Bus cops. Or something with the cat. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Figure it out. But yeah.
Bus cops.
Fuck you in the
Bus
land of the
cops,
red,
bus
white,
cops.
and blue. As he's getting
It's
hauled
like,
away.
where's your seatbelt, sir? It's like, it's a bus. It doesn't have any seatbelts. He's like, you're correct. All right. I just wanted to make sure you knew. You know?
You don't know, now you know, ninja. Yeah.
Bus cops.
And I had a guy today offer me some heroin under the bridge when I was hanging out. He's like, "Hey man, you want that
Did
good
you
shit?"
do any?
Yeah. I was
Better
like,
not.
I was like, "No man, I'm good on weed." He's like, "No, the good stuff." And I was like, "No man, get out of here."
Why are you hanging out under bridges with people with heroin?
I was hanging out there first under the bridge, just smoking weed.
You need to stop hanging out under bridges. You are not a troll, Trevor.
It's just a nice shaded spot. It's a nice shaded spot. It's a convenient spot.
He's getting off in the cut.
I have a tree that I hang out under too. I have a tree that I hang out under too. I have an older tree.
He runs into fucking crackheads.
I work on the edge of town.
This motherfucker runs into crackheads every other day.
Every day.
Every day.
That I'm at work.
So why don't you move from that spot?
I do move sometimes.
So then fucking move away from all the crazy people trying to give you heroin.
I'm there first, and then they go by on their bike, and they're like, "Hey,
man, what's up?"
And obviously minding my business. Smack? The people that aren't on the streets, they're just like jogging, like they just keep going. But the people who have nothing going on, a bunch of trash always in their hand, they're like, "Hey man, hey bird," and they're like, "Come on, man."
Trevor just can't get a break. His life is so tragic.
It's not tragic. It's just weird. It's weird.
No,
it's
you.
Strange.
I think you put yourself in those situations. I think you leave yourself under a bridge smoking weed where you know there's a bunch of weird fucks. I think that you hop on the bus and then you interact with these people instead of just putting some headphones in like a normal motherfucker.
Read the newspaper, goddammit.
Yeah, well, that gives you interaction with people. If you just listen to music, you wouldn't give a shit.
I have listened to music and I've had guys come and be like, hey,
dude,
like,
then stop riding the bus. I don't know, buy some motherfucking roller skates. I don't know what to tell you. You sound so crazy riding the bus at 31.
32 now.
32, you old man. You old bus riding man.
You sound like Animal Purse. You sound like Animal Purse, you old bus riding man. That's what the shit he would say. What's wrong with you, old man?
His name's not Hannibal Barris anymore. It's S.A. Tune.
Let me call Angelo.
Hannibal Barris has become a shitty rapper, folks. He's trying to become Childish Gambino.
He's such a good stand-up comedian.
And he's a great stand-up. But his problem is that he's always on some drugs.
Calling up Angelo.
Thank you for calling Movie Phone.
The best of movies.
The movie you would like to see, Get Out, is not playing anymore.
Now the next one is a Bob Ross hour-long special, The Grandeur of Winter.
There needs to be more people like Bob Ross in the world, bro.
Let's leave a message for Angelo.
No way.
Pancakes.
Angelo, you're on the podcast.
Come on, man. Let's do this. Yeah, so our special guest is
Trevor had
busy.
this whole idea of getting Angelo to call up. But he doesn't know Angelo like I know
Angelo. I never said I did.
I love him. I love him. But he flakes every once in a while.
He is a person. It happens.
Yeah. He's a great friend. Flakes every once in a while.
Oh, here's some great news. The Ukraine-Russian war hits 5 months as of last Sunday. And Russia's still trying to take over the east. They've had some luck in the Donbass region and in the southern part of Ukraine, but
I'm just so
Kiev
sick.
And the rest of it, it's not working.
I'm just so sick of the rest of the world sitting by and just letting this happen too, man. We're just allowing this motherfucker.
We've actually sent a lot of weapons.
We've sent a ton of shit their way for them to use, but that's not what they need. They need backup. That's the problem, man.
The problem too is we're afraid that if we send a full NATO/UN army, that it's going to lead to World War III, and that's why there hasn't been...
Well, if we go against Russia, Russia's going to buddy up with China. China's gonna buddy up with somebody else. We have
North
India.
Korea, probably a Middle Eastern country too. Is probably
We
like
have
Iran.
India. We have Japan.
We
have the rest of the free world.
We have Latin America.
But the biggest bugaboos in the world are fucking China and Russia, because they're crazy as fuck.
I mean, we're pretty crazy too.
Yeah, we're insane in the way that we rape and pillage to fucking fuel our needs and stuff. But everybody does that, At least we're fucking kind of abstract about it.
Yeah, we've gotten a little bit better.
Well, we've learned to get in and get out a lot less messier.
Well, we did have Afghanistan, the 20-year war. But
well, that was just something that began because 9/11, and the whole United States wanted a response. And they didn't give a fuck what it was as long as somebody paid.
Yeah.
And then we went in there, and a couple weeks later, George Bush was like, "We won." And then we stayed.
Keep going.
We stayed to establish democracy for the next 19 years.
Yeah, they expanded to countries all over the Middle East. And
well, the thing that we did do over there is we brought some culture. We brought.
We just brought some infrastructure.
We brought some infrastructure. We gave them a ton of money because they sold a lot of our shit.
They did.
But you could see it as the Americans were leaving Afghanistan, the final days of the base. Mm-hmm. It was like fucking Vietnam, dude. People were clinging to the plane. Like, there was a dude...
They were hanging onto the landing gears.
Yeah, there was a dude that fell over 500 feet.
Yeah, just trying to escape the Taliban.
So
it was straight up like Saigon.
That just goes to show you how badly that people around the world do need help. But... you can't save the entire world. You're not Superman. No country is Superman.
No. But we need to stop trying to be that.
We need to help out where we can, and we can definitely help out in Ukraine, but we're afraid of the repercussions.
Yes.
And that doesn't make us any stronger. It makes us hesitant. Yeah. If we went in there and we got all these other free countries to fucking back us, Russia would probably back down pretty fast, because China is like 50-50 on backing them. China would only go with Russia because anti-US,
Yeah. No, it would be quite the dilemma, you could say.
I think that geopolitical politics, man, it's not a fun game, because before people even knew that there were people across the water and shit,
Across the pond?
yeah, we all just we just interacted on our own continents and stuff, more or less. The day that we got the ability to sail and got the ability to fly, it changed the game of, how countries interacted, how people got commerce done. A lot of commerce that's done in America, a lot of it's trucking. It's big in America, India, and China.
Canada too.
Canada's pretty big.
Whole trucker thing.
Mexico. So a lot of it's trucking, but man, you got to think of cargo ships, cargo planes, like all those things that actually get it on a truck.
That's a big issue too. If the Ukraine war is leading potentially to a global food crisis, since Ukraine's one of the top exporters of corn, most importantly grain, but also like sunflower oil. And they're trying to allow for them to get these millions of tons of grain and other things out that a lot of that part of the world depends on.
Sure.
Whereas here
rice
it's not
is huge.
Here it's not as bad because we have our own breadbasket, but Ukraine is the Midwest of Europe and a lot of Asia over there.
Exactly. There's not a lot of friends, and it just doesn't have a ton, man. Ukraine doesn't have a lot.
Yeah. Whereas Russia has agriculture. It also it's the top exporter of energy, like
it has
coal.
oil. It has mining.
It also has gold. Actually, one of its top industries, I didn't realize how big it was till today, was gold and jewelry.
I think the funniest part of the whole conflict, I'm going to stop calling it a conflict. It's a war. It's a definite war, but it's a one-sided war.
Russia calls it a special operation, but it's a fucking war.
It's an invasion of a country.
It's an invasion.
Damn it. I was going to say something. I'm stoned.
That's all right. That's we're a stoner comedy show. That's
Stoner comedy show. Hey.
That's us.
Let's try to call Angelo again. Maybe he'll pick it up this time.
Are you sure? Otherwise, I want to talk about the Pope.
Oh yeah, he wore a fucking Indian headdress. Yeah, he thought he was cool. He thought he was chief.
So what he did is he went to Canada recently, and he was saying, "Hey, sorry for all those fucked up things that the Catholic
That our
Church
ancestors did to you.
Yeah, because the Catholic
Remember
Church
that whole like pushing all the
natives
people into the fucking
schools.
cold?
Yeah, and they also just took all these kids and put them in cattle trucks, and then hauled them off to these Catholic schools, and it did a huge amount of problems to all the tribes throughout Canada. And they did it from the early 1800s up until the 1970s, and then they stopped it. And there's still people alive or older now that remember as kids, and now the Catholic Church was like, "Yeah, our bad. We kind of fucked up. We'll say we're sorry and give you a few things. Sorry about that 150 plus years of bullshit." So, yeah, fuck religion. That's the moral of the story.
Religion's got a lot of blood on its hands.
Way too much. So yeah, he showed up and he's going throughout Canada, and they talk about how they did a little bit of like native intro stuff, and then they spoke in some native languages, and then over in Canada, French is probably one of the most universal language there. Blah blah blah, French. So the French were there for a long time. Part of it's still French, pretty much. But then the rest of the ceremony was in English and not native at all.
I'm sorry, folks. I got to cut Trevor off and address this. What happened to your arm?
Oh, actually, I kind of forgot
Trevor
about
got a nice burn on his arm.
So this is from work. I work at a metal shop, folks, with a lot of high-powered tools. And
It's like you caught a sander.
I caught a wire wheel, which is similar.
Yeah,
A metal,
wheel.
you know, you worked in metal. You grew up with metal shops, you know. Just a wire brush wheel.
Something for buffing, finish stuff.
Also for getting like grit off of things.
Stuff, yeah.
It's the main thing. We need to get a bunch of heavy grit off something after you've soaked it, and usually a cleaning solution.
How did it get you?
So I was moving a bunch of stuff real quick because I was moving fast. I was cleaning up these solids, moving fast, and my arm accidentally just brushed it for just a second.
Yeah.
So
be careful at work, folks. Be careful in life. Accidents happen.
They do happen, and I definitely know. So
it's the whole reason OSHA was created.
Yeah.
And it's a funny thing because most people today hate OSHA, but they serve a purpose.
They're a necessary evil, for sure.
There had to have been so many people that died on work sites and with just unsafe circumstances.
Because business owners, I don't give a fuck what they say. You get enough business owners, you give them enough money and power, they become greedy and they don't give a fuck about people, and then injuries and deaths happen.
Well,
so that's why you need OSHA and unions to a degree.
Well, I think at a company, especially at a large company, when it gets big enough, you look at people as a product.
Yes, a commodity.
And a commodity.
100%. I work in a small company, fortunately, where they care. But if you work in a larger company with like
Amazon or something like that.
Yeah, Amazon or like a grocery store chain somewhere like that where you have hundreds or thousands of employees. It's just like,
it's
you're a number, not a name at that point.
Well, it's real easy to, have they're in the boardroom meetings where you have all the big wigs or whatever. There's always somebody in there that has the numbers, and the numbers are basically for like the death rate, the suicide rate, like all the things that would negatively impact you financially with your company, and a lot of them just choose to write it off as if it happens, it happens, and we'll take it to court.
They write it off as a business expense.
Well, it's a business expense because they have to operate at a certain standard, and that standard does cost lives.
Yeah.
But
you're
that's
paying with blood, literally.
Yeah. But that's where, a lot of people are overlooked and a lot of people die on the job.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody gets a check. I knew a kid when I was younger. His dad was electrocuted on a job. And he left his wife widowed with a son that was about 16 or 17.
Was the kid about your age?
Yeah, I was like a year older than him or something.
So like high school age?
Yeah. But when I ended up meeting him was right after his dad's death. And, when he told me about it, I wanted to be sympathetic and be there for him more emotionally, I guess. But it was one of those things that I didn't know how to comfort him. I'd never, had somebody's dad die that way. I'd heard of people's dads dying in jail or like somebody got shot, like that was kind of normal. Like the fact that he died on his job, I was like, oh shit. And then what ended up happening was the company paid his family, the mom and the son, $75,000, but it was in his son's name, I guess the life insurance policy or whatever. So they paid him $75K, and I think within a year, it was all gone. The kid had spent it all on a bunch of bullshit, and his mom had ran up a bunch of drug bills, and so did he. They were getting into drugs and shit. So there's no guidance for these families when something like that happens either. Like, he was the breadwinner, and he was kind of the person that was keeping the family together as well. And then when he died, his wife just turned to drugs, and then his kid was doing drugs with the mom, and
that's rough.
And they just had a bunch of money from the guy dying. So
money for drugs.
Yeah, it's all money for drugs and stuff because now they're sad.
Here we go, folks.
So be careful out there, people.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
It's Delo.
So we got like
The lowest common denominator.
Nice. I like that. I like you have a mathematic intro. It's pretty dope.
Yes, it's a name.
Hell yeah. I'm just waiting for you to start doing like some geometry jokes or start talking about like pi. Like, I don't mean the pie you eat. I mean 3.14, motherfucker. Like, damn. Pi Day, that's a thing. I just learned. March 14th, it's Pi Day.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy how there's a holiday for like everything now?
Math even. Geometry gets
St. Patrick's Day, mostly. Like March 13th, 14th.
That's the 17th. Pi Day is 3 days before St. Patrick's Day.
Well, I'm still celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
Angelo's like, I'm having a mincemeat pie.
Angelo, Angelo, I'm also not very Irish, but I still celebrate it. I love corned beef. I love beer. I love mashed potatoes. I like Irish music. Like
Trevor.
I don't really like, beer so much as of, whiskey. So,
Chris and I are staying away from that now, but for good reason.
It was, damn it, man. I was thinking of something, but now I'm stoned.
Hey, bro. Hey, can you get them cleats?
Angelo's fighting with the dog.
Hell yeah. So yeah,
This is what goes on a live podcast, folks. Dog troubles.
Dogs in a different state causing problems. I like it. So yeah, and Angelo's calling us from Seattle, Washington, folks. And hopefully we'll come visit him.
Way to put him on blast, man. Why don't you tell him the street he lives on?
I don't know anything else. I mean, he lives in Seattle, Idaho. Yeah.
That's not a place.
He lives in Seattle. He lives in Seattle, Maryland. I'm sorry, folks.
Trevor keeps thinking that he's talking to you like normal, and he keeps trying to put the fucking phone
sorry.
up to his face.
Angelo, with all your speakerphone shenanigans, sir, you have no room to talk. So it's all good.
I'm just a mumbler. I just mumble.
So, Angelo, how you been, man?
How have you been, though, man? Since we last talked.
Good. With work. I didn't go off for another show. I've been kind of busy. I haven't been writing. I kind of want to go with some new material, like fully.
So just to let you guys know, Angelo's performing a little stand-up up in Seattle right now.
Stand-up comedy, hell yeah.
And then, I kind of want to do some performance art, because I just applied to North Seattle College. So.
Performance art? What, are you going to show up naked and grease your dick?
Hell yeah.
It's a slip and slide.
Slip and slide!
You do like some stand-up and poetry, and then you just strip down?
Angelo, I think Chris is jealous of you. That's all it is, folks.
I'm telling you, man.
Chris is jealous. That's all Angelo.
Angelo's got the better body, man.
Chris, I love you, man.
That's right.
You got Krista. Remember Krista?
Oh, man. Dude, I had this hot girl back in the day. Woo. She was kind of a whore, but she was awesome.
Yeah.
She was kind of old.
Woo! You get a woo
Shout
for being
out,
that.
shout out, girls that are kind of whores.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Thank you very much. We like you very much.
Tubuku. Yeah.
It's crazy though. I seen her on Facebook like a year or two ago. She got all married and she gained a bunch of weight.
Yeah,
She's
I
still
think she
cute
looks like
though. She's still cute.
People.
Yo, you remember seeing? Oh, dude, you remember Ariel, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I do. No, I don't. Kidding.
Dude, she looks so weird.
What do you mean?
She lost a bunch of weight.
So she has like skin that's not used to.
No,
so it's like
no.
the flabby skin.
No,
She's
she
on
looks.
You should
She
not
looks
talk
good.
about the deal
No,
on
she
the
looks
show.
good, but dude, I liked chubby Ariel.
Hey,
You remember her?
dude, she's dead. Yeah.
No, I want chubby Ariel back. I'm gonna start dating her and stuff
Feeding
her
her?
up.
You're just gonna you just start giving her hamburgers and fucking and like sweet meat pies.
On this one, Chris. No more aerial talk.
That's hilarious.
So Angela, we have our cat here meowing at us too and doing things. It likes to bite wires, so that's been fun.
Yeah.
It's a cat.
It is a cat. Fair enough.
They're gonna go crazy. Maybe hide the wires against the wall.
Yeah, no, we're figuring it out.
Yeah, just don't leave the wires hanging for the cats.
Right? That's what they
That's cool.
love. Hey-ya.
What's for dinner? What's for dinner?
Isn't that a show, Karate Cat?
Probably. That sounds like a Japanese game show. Probably Karate Cat.
Like Kung Fu Panda, they gotta have Karate
Probably.
Cat.
There's probably.
I mean, Kung Fu Hui, right? He's a dog.
Oh, Kung Fu. Yeah, I remember Kung Fu.
Get her off of there.
Yeah, shout
Cat's trying to do cat stuff.
out to Kung Fu Fooey, a 60s, 70s show about a dog that knew martial arts, and he had a cat companion that was a
Man.
they were both janitors.
That show sucked.
Yo, fuck you. That's
Fuck
cool.
you, man, Angelo.
Nah.
Angelo, we got this.
It's cool. I'll smoke the weed and eat the popcorn.
Nah,
Good.
I'll tell you who is a real character.
Who's that?
Captain Caveman.
He's good too. I mean, he's okay.
He's okay.
Captain Caveman was cool as fuck.
Angelo, I feel like we're on the same wavelength,
You're
bud.
you're like voting for the better version of Captain Underpants. It's just easy.
Oh, bro, Angelo, come on, man.
Civilized. I'm just saying.
Dude, Captain Underpants is from Florida. He's from your area. He's from Southern Florida.
He was born in Jupiter.
Yeah, but that's where Captain Underpants takes place in Southern Florida.
Yeah, that's funny. He's a jerk.
It's pretty funny.
He's a normal principal by day, but then he gets in his underwear.
Maybe, but shout out to Captain Underpants. A great show of our childhood.
Hold on. Who's
Great.
down in Jupiter in Southern Florida? Let's get that out of
No.
That's-
Hey Trevor. Hey Angela, do you remember Recess, the show?
yeah.
Hey, we just recently watched. We're gonna do the movie review with you. We just recently rewatched Recess School's Out. You remember when they came out
movie.
with the movie?
Like early 2000s, like 04, 05.
Dude, it holds up so well.
Yeah, we got really stoned and watched it. It was still good after all these years.
Did the jokes really hit you?
Well, it's like I'm sure knows Andrew. Like when you're like almost 20 years older, you have more appreciation for things that when you were younger, like you didn't get because like.
Well, it was weird because like the show itself, like it takes place obviously on the playground and shit. They're at recess,
In
but like
neighborhood
it's a
school.
bunch of kids still being kids. Like there's no cell phones. There's no like crazy stuff. It's just like a bunch
Kids
of
just
them.
playing outside, just having fun.
That's it.
Like shit, like we all remember from the '90s, like kids just being kids. Like
And they had all the different like groups of the kids,
Yep.
like the Ashleys and the Diggers, and like
Yeah.
all these weird kids that like
weird, like
yeah.
groups. It almost reminds me of fucking the movie Warriors, where you have all these weird,
Different
like
gangs.
weird groups. Yeah, I definitely get like warrior vibes. Like I'm waiting for like the old lady to show up.
Screaming.
Sorry, Angelo, I'm getting rowdy. I'm sorry, bud.
He has such a volume control problem, bro.
Yeah, Angelo, I get pretty rowdy too, so I'm trying to calm down. But
He doesn't realize we got neighbors and we have people above and
I'm
below
a big boy.
us.
I'm sorry.
And he wants to
Like a rain out
scream.
with two glasses.
Yeah, kind of. Except Chris is a lot cooler than I am. So
Not cooler. I'm just telling you to quiet the fuck down.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Please.
I was trying to make a joke and I just got too loud. I'm sorry.
I love him to
Well,
death,
my
man.
favorite
But he does this all
Yeah.
the time.
Whatever, Chris. Chris gets loud too, folks. Just putting that out there.
He always says this, but he doesn't have any examples.
Well, since you, well, Angelo, I have many examples, but since Chris stopped drinking, he's definitely toned his voice down. He's definitely calmed down. He has.
Fuck you.
Hey, I've known Chris the last few years when he was getting ready.
It was.
All my loud Chris moments are Chris drunk.
Yeah.
Me too. Me as well.
Well, it's like normally when we're not fucked up, we're actually pretty like docile. We're chill.
That's how I am too. Generally, pretty chill most of the
Am
time.
I living anymore? Am I living? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're like, I can't jump in the air as high as anymore. But
What'd you do today, bro?
Did you work today too? So you're still.
You turn that down a little bit. Oh, yeah.
So, quick movie review, folks. Recess. 8 out of 10 dodgeballs.
8 out of 10. So this crazy mad scientist, pretty much, who was going to be a principal, but he wanted to get rid of recess. So he lost his job and lost his chick, and he wants revenge. So that's what it's about. He's trying to move the orbit of the moon so that there's less summer. So it's like
There's no summer at
so
all.
it's like more like the Nordic countries near the North Pole where
He's
there's
trying
more
to
winter.
make Florida, Scandinavia.
Yeah, so that way you have more kids inside studying so that test scores are better, and then he'll become popular for doing that and become president. That's the whole, and it's James Woods just being super coked out. Just
you know-
with like, it shows James Woods as the principal, he's just coked out the whole movie.
And you know who James Woods plays as another animated
he's from
villain?
South Florida.
He plays
Probably.
Hades in Hercules.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I remember
Quick
that.
little James Woods
Yeah.
audio fact. He plays Hercules as Hades.
Well, he's in the Hercules movies as Hades, the guy there. Yeah, he was good in that.
He was great.
Yeah, he was.
Great. Yeah, great. So good, I almost thought he was Kevin Bacon. I'm just kidding.
Oh man, he isn't about to go to a warehouse and get mad and start dancing.
No,
he's
fuck
not about
that.
to get footloose, bro, in a town of no dancing.
The only movie Kevin Bacon was ever cool in was the fucking
X-Men movie.
No,
He was
What?
pretty cool in that.
No, he wasn't. He was
Hayden.
weird as fuck. He was cool in that movie where he was invisible. What was that?
Oh, Hollow Man.
Hollow Man.
Yeah, he got invisible and just went around and rape
Rape
bitches.
chicks.
Just rape bitches, like.
Because
oh.
every crazy dude, every insane dude would
So,
do that.
so Chris likes the movie where he goes around and rapes chicks. All right, Chris, good job. Like, you can't see my penis now.
No, I love the part how he like.
Doesn't matter.
Well, he won't die at the end. Like they've shot him and they've like beat him up like a bunch, and this motherfucker won't stop.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like all jacked up on invisible juice.
Yeah, he's just like on invisible testosterone, like invisible like
Yeah.
TRT or just invisible
shit.
steroids.
He's
Like,
like, I can do
invisible.
anything. I'm invisible.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, and then you know what's funny? They had the audacity in that movie to be like, oh my god, he's naked. And those-
Yeah, right. It's like that's the only way it would work.
it was so
You
funny.
imagine in some floating ass clothes.
yeah, that'd be
walking
funny.
around.
He's just wearing a Carhartt jacket and
Well,
some
they did
jeans.
that,
You're
they
like,
did that. And then he took it off.
Yeah, he had
you
to
know?
mummify himself. He wrapped himself up like a burn victim and was walking around.
nice.
But dude, that was the coolest movie because Kevin Bacon.
Yo, I would do that. I'm sorry.
Well, like Kevin Bacon, like
Because-
he went from being a doctor, like a normal ass doctor, to fucking. I love how we're doing a movie review on the Hollow Man.
Yeah, we've just been doing movie reviews since Andrew
But
called
I love
up.
how he's a normal ass
So,
doctor, and then he becomes
would you do
invisible,
if
and he's
you
like,
were
"I'm
in
capable
that
of
set?
anything."
Hold on, you guys are
What would
talking
you do
over each
if
other.
you were in Hollow Man? Like, if you were Kevin Bacon, what would you do?
Are you asking Chris
If I
or
was
me?
invisible,
Ask Chris first.
if I was invisible,
Ask him first.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
I definitely
my
wouldn't
goodness.
rape a chick. That'd be not on the list. But I don't know. I'd try to rob a bank, probably, bro. I'd probably try to find a way to rob a bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would probably be
Yeah,
the
like,
easiest thing to do, I think, as an
Oh, there's
invisible
blood coming
dude.
out of that. Does your blood turn invisible, or is it just your skin? I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
In
So
the
I'd try
in
to
the
rob a bank.
in the trailer, it was his entire body because I remember when I showed it and he went invisible. Like his first his
That was
epidermis.
a cool transformation,
Yeah.
too. His, like, his veins.
His veins, and then it was in the '90s, so it was like, oh shit! But yeah, his skin disappeared, and you saw his tissues,
Yeah.
and then it went further back, and then she gets to his organs and his skeletal structure, and then he's just invisible.
So
It was like
Kevin
98,
Bacon,
99.
Kevin Bacon, 9 out of 10 Kevin Bacon noses.
Yeah. So do you want to hear my answer, Angelo?
Yeah.
I would just cause a bunch of anarchy, bro. Like I would just fuck around with a bunch of
He'd
signs.
be pushing down cops and
Yeah,
stuff.
I would cause as much anarchy as I could. Like I would figure out,
he'd be like a ghost walking
I would figure
around.
out ways
fucking
to
with
just
people.
blow shit up or like just move like cones around, and I would do like crazy shit, and I would do random arbitrary shit too, and people would be like, "What?" And I would like I would like pants the fucking traffic guard at school, and I would just do a bunch of silly shit.
So you're gonna go on like a Benny Hill skit and fucking.
But then I'm also gonna blow up like the IRS office too. Like I'm gonna go from Benny Hill to like V for Vendetta shit, like back and forth.
My dad.
No, you only get to
There
pick
you go.
one thing. You only
No,
get
I'm
to pick
doing
one thing.
I'm doing anarchy in all levels, Chris.
You're gonna get eaten alive.
Yeah, he's gonna get fucked up. He's not gonna know what's gonna happen.
Fuck you up.
He's just gonna get
Like, oh,
caught, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's an invisible dude."
shit.
He's gonna get shot, and then he's gonna he's gonna realistically start bleeding.
Well, at least I'll have some fun.
You
That's
imagine?
all right.
You imagine just getting shot as an invisible dude and starting bleeding like red?
That's what I was saying. Is his skin like invisible and underneath it's blood?
I don't give a fuck. Shoot him in the stomach.
And as I'm dying, I'm just gonna do the John Cena thing, like you can't see me as I'm fucking dying, and I
That would
drag
be the
away
move.
the John Cena thing, like you can't
Also
see.
ripping you apart viciously.
Yeah, I would just do some John Cena shit as I meet my doom. Like,
Or
why
some
not?
John Wayne shit. You'd be like, "This
Ooh.
isn't your place, Pilgrim."
Hey there, Pilgrim. This is the end of the trail for you. Like some John Wayne shit.
You and Calamity Joe need to get out of here.
Calamity Jane, yeah. Or I could do some John Wayne Gacy shit and just start skinning people and hide the skins under basements. and
You
do
heard
that.
it here first, folks.
Sorry.
If Trevor starts skinning people,
Folks, I'm
you
not
know
a
where
serial
the-
killer. I'm not a mass shooter. I don't
he's
care
not a
what Chris
serial
says.
killer. He's more of a pancake killer. You know,
This is evidence.
he loves pancakes.
I do. I also like cheese a lot. That's okay.
I'm buddy, but you know, I'm kidding.
No, you're good.
Angela, thanks for joining us, ma'am.
What's up?
Thanks for joining us. We're
We
about
can-
to hop off here.
We can talk for another 5-10 minutes though, if you want.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Because he
yeah.
started a little bit later. Angelo, we had a slow start.
Well, we didn't have a slow start. Angelo didn't answer the fucking phone.
No, we also had a slow start.
I was in some
Ah.
You were in some air.
Angelo, don't mind Chris. He's jealous. It's fine.
Hey, man, I got all the pussy I want right now.
Yeah, your pussy is a 7-week-old kitten. It's a little weird.
Don't tell the people. I'm into 7-week-old kids.
Angelo, I'm just calling Chris out on his bullshit. It's all good. So that's fine.
It's all good. I love you.
Yeah.
Angelo is teeth deep in some fucking pubes.
Hell yeah.
I am eating some nuts right now, you know?
There you go.
Yeah,
And
pistachios.
some cashews.
Cashews.
Pistachios, they're good. They're just expensive, man, because they take a lot of water, just like almonds.
My
We talk
biggest
about that
problem.
legumes.
Yo,
Legumes, folks. Let's talk about legumes.
I got
real
$1
quick.
million idea, bro. I got $1 million
What's that, Chris?
idea.
Let's do legumes.
Take the fucking shells off pistachios.
What are you gonna do with them? All the shells.
I don't know. Put them somewhere else. Repurpose them.
I feel like we do
But-
something cool with all the
but-
shells.
It's like,
Just sell the nuts. Just sell the pistachio
People do
nut.
that, Chris. It's already being done.
Nah, I want it done better.
Ugh.
it makes no-
You're trying to reinvent the wheel, bud.
People don't know how to do nothing.
All right, so
People
Angelo,
be fucking up everything.
Chris's big idea is to like take the shells off pistachio, sell them. They already do that, man. You
Yeah,
can
but
get
a
them at
lot of the
convenience stores.
times they serve them with the shell on, and I hate fucking fighting that shell.
Then use some pliers, like toughen up your hands.
It's not like a peanut. It's not like a peanut shell.
Chris is
You know?
hating on pistachio
Well,
shells
it's like
right
okay, so like it's a miniature.
I love the conversation.
It's a miniature
Stoner
walnut.
shit. Let's go.
It's a miniature
Yes,
walnut.
it is.
So who the fuck's sitting there busting 1,000 walnuts?
Busting 1,000 nuts, 1,000 green pistachio nuts, just busting nuts everywhere, and I mean pistachio nuts. I mean a machine, or you have a nut cracker. I mean like the metal tool you use. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Angelo. You gotta hold the thing up. Trevor's messing this up.
No, I'm not. Shut up, Chris.
They already beat you to this. Mr. Planner's had that shit for years, since the 80s, maybe 70.
I don't give a fuck. They need to do it better.
They do it pretty good. You open the can.
Stop disproving my theory, Angelo.
Stop using logic.
It doesn't
Angelo.
make you look smarter that I look stupid.
What? You look okay as well. We're both okay.
Yeah, man. So you gonna give us a hand with some of this social media shit?
Yeah.
I gotta start sending you episodes or sending you something to help edit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll do it.
If you could help us out, man, that'd be awesome, dude.
I'm down. Just give me your email and stuff. And
Yeah.
I'll be going back to school. So I'll
Okay.
be back in, I took a year off, so.
What are you going back to school for? What are you finishing up?
I'm just trying. I already got my AA. I'm just trying to transfer.
Nice. Where do you get your AA in?
Sculpture.
Nice. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Angelo's an artist, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. I went for community college and I got kind of screwed over at 6 credits, but I went for music, and then I ended up doing some forestry shit. But hell yeah.
When I come over here and transfer to the same college, my homies tried to do the same thing for music.
That'd be cool. Music or just some other like cool craft stuff, or like some cool trade shit would be cool.
You already got all the credits. You might as well get it, and get both.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Angelo's a fucking plug for college.
That's all right. I
He's
mean,
like, go get an education. You got the money.
come on, kids. I mean,
You do.
Angelo's pretty lucky too, though, because he's got some help with the Navy and stuff.
because Angelo did serve. He's in the Navy, so he's got the GI thing.
He served a lot of drugs overseas.
I did.
Hey, it's each their own. I did. Angelo makes you feel better. I did a lot of cocaine when I was fighting fire on the fire line, so it was a thing.
That sounds dehydrating.
It was. We were crazy though, Angelo. We were nuts.
I love that Angelo's like the logistics don't matter.
Angelo, you're absolutely right, but we didn't give a fuck. Just
Yeah, I feel you. I was doing. I can't say. On the flight deck.
that's fine. We're not trying.
Let's just say I'm glad that Snow White took a break.
Wow, Angelo, we're glad you're here. We'll move to a different topic.
It's been great. I had a nice cat named Alice. Red.
Angelo, man, we love you, dude.
I love you too. See you guys.
All right, bye.
All right, man.
Peace.
Later.
Peace.
Well, that was Angelo, folks. It's always good talking.
All right,
with him.
Angelo.
But Angelo, it's time. Or Trevor, it's time. I can't think of who I'm talking to at this point. I'm exhausted.
I'm also tired,
Let's
so I'm
wrap this
just
up.
gonna play a song and fucking wind
Thanks
us
for
out.
putting up with us, folks.
Sorry about earlier. All right, here we go.
Trevor channeling the guitar gods at the end of the episode.
I gotta save the day, man.
All right, man. All right, guys. That was Two Lonely Boys in a Canoe, and we'll get at you next time. Peace.